In the last 4 years, we've had something like 9 million people show up at our borders unannounced and have been allowed to come in and stay. 9 million people, if you aggregate it out on a monthly basis, is one U.S. Marine Corps worth of people every single month for 4 years. It's impossible to vet or to know anything meaningful about a Marine Corps' worth of people coming into this country every month for 4 years. As a former intelligence official myself, somebody responsible for counterterrorism operations and intel, if somebody had told me, well, we need you to guarantee that you've got a screening process where we could look at who these people are so we know who we're letting in, that's impossible. You don't even know what these people's real names are. You don't know anything about their backgrounds. If you're not going to have border controls that are effective, it's very hard to have an effective CT policy.
Counterterrorism policy.
Counterterrorism. Yeah.
So, you left in 2017, I think you said.
I did.
But, your friends who stayed who were in counterterrorism, I mean, they must have looked on with horror at this.
I think there've been, I've never heard anybody tell me that if you don't have control of your borders, that you can have good counterterrorism policy. In fact, I remember when I was in service, like many of us, I had a chance to actually talk to people who'd been terrorists, and you ask them sort of, okay, of all the things that governments do that make it hard for you to do what you do as a bad guy, what are some of those things? The top two were, the number one was getting across borders where they ask a lot of questions. They said that's an extremely tough thing to get around. It's the single easiest thing a government can do to isolate itself from at least a big element of terrorism, which is transnational terrorism.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a counterterrorism official, but that was obvious to me. How could Biden administration officials who abetted this not know that?
I can't think of any credible counterterrorism official I know who, if asked the question, can you guarantee that you're able to validate up to 200,000 people a month who are coming through our border? That's not possible. It's simply impossible to know even what their real names are.
So I think the implication is that you would not be surprised if we see acts of terrorism in this country accelerate.
No.